Amy from Winterwood Studio, and I have a fun mishmash video for you this week. I may end up refilming the beginning. It's Monday. I just got back from getting the MRI on my knee. I'm waiting for the results, so I definitely want to be distracting myself today and this week. So what I'm planning to do this week is last week was my birthday. I got a little, well, not so little, a gift card from Amazon, and I picked out a few art supplies, but I also picked out some art therapy things that I thought might help me get through this fall and winter, and a self-care type thing. So I'm going to, Miss Dita's making so much noise. So much noise. I'm sorry. She's over there rattling her water, so sorry. But also I'm going to be doing stuff in my studio this week, and I thought I would bring you along. I'll pop things up here if I do different things than what I planned, but one thing that I do know I want to do is I have some Turner acrylic gouache. I played a little bit with them last week. I didn't finish this, but I was doing elk for day, I don't even know, 7 maybe of October. This is just like the base layer in Turner acrylic gouache, and I was going to go over it with colored pencils, so you might see that this week. But it's really funny, like, I've never used gouache as like watercolor, or like, I don't know, that doesn't even make sense, because not like watercolor, but like where you thin it with water, I mostly just paint with it like a thick acrylic. So I follow an illustrator. Her name is Rebecca Green. She's on Instagram, and she works almost totally in gouache. I'll link her Instagram below if you want to check it out. But she's always painting on Bristol paper. Occasionally she'll paint on hot press paper, but like most of her stuff that I've seen lately has been on Bristol paper, and I've never tried that. So I thought maybe it would be fun to experiment, because I don't know if you can see this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's another one somewhere else. 6 pads of Bristol paper, because I used to use them almost exclusively for my pen and ink drawings. So I thought it might be fun to do some experimenting with that today. And then if I am doing, I'm sure I'm doing other things. It was probably popping up. This is the world's longest intro to a video ever. I'm rambling. Try not to think about the MRI on my knee. So grab yourself something to cozy to. Oh no, I'm out. I was drinking pumpkin spice chai. But I guess I drank it all. I'm gonna go make myself another cup. Grab yourself something cozy to drink. Come on in, and we will start the week. I'm popping in here also because I am totally revamping my Patreon. I closed it for September and realized I needed to make some changes. So I think I'm going to be changing things around. If you want to check it out, it will be a link to my Patreon down below. Right now we have 2 tiers, which are, well, there's 3 tiers, because you can be part of the tip jar, and you get my mini blog posts with photos and behind the scenes stuff if you're the tip jar. So I guess there's 3 tiers. And then the second tier is Sketchbook Club, and we had been doing 3 prompts a week with reference photos. And then there is a Patreon chat group to share your art in. But I may be changing that up, and there's currently a poll up on my Patreon saying what the new different options are, and you do not have to be a Patreon to vote in that. There's actually 2 polls, with the old content, what of the old content people want to see stick around, and then the new possible content. So if you want to head over there and vote, I think I have them on public, which means you don't even have to be a free member to vote. If I don't have it on that, then you can just be a free member and vote. It doesn't charge you anything. But if you're interested at any point, I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. All the options are listed below. So if you're interested, go check it out. And then as far as the video and podcast here, the podcast will stay the same. It's a very chatty, behind the scenes look, like social, what's going on in my life, what I'm reading, what I'm watching, anything fun I've done, like stuff like that. And then that'll stay the same. And then the video content might be changing too. So that'll be all in a poll if you want to go check it out. I guess we'll say this video is sponsored by me. Alright, now on to the next thing. Okay, so the update so far on my knee. I don't even know if I can, yeah. just so everybody knows, like, when I told people it happened in one of my other videos, I had like people saying, you know, you're stumbling and falling too easily, and because I tore stuff in my shoulder earlier and I had shoulder surgery in March. Just a refresher, the surgery in March on my shoulder, I had a shot, and the nurse put the shot in my actual joint, like right into the joint, and the inflammation and the liquid from the shot burst 2 of the tendons. This one, I did fall. However, my 2 kids, my dog, and I were all standing at the top of a flight of stairs. We have a steep staircase that goes down from our deck, and I was carrying potato peelings to the compost pile, so my hands were full. And the dog was tied up, and I was talking to the kids, and I'm not entirely sure what happened. I think she stood up, and the tie-up chain got wrapped around my feet. That's what my kids said they saw happen. And my hands were full, so I couldn't catch myself. I was carrying a big thing of potato peelings because I was making meatloaf and mashed potatoes, and I just peeled all the potatoes. And I, as my husband said, took a swan dive, like, down the flight of stairs. Like, I was at the very top, and I just, I'm actually really lucky to be here. It was a bad fall. It wasn't just my knee that was hurt. Like, I was in the emergency room, and, you know, I was bleeding and bruised, and I kind of hurt my wrist, and I hurt my bad shoulder, and it was a really bad fall. And an accident. It was an accident. Stuff happens sometimes. I don't blame my dog. You know, stuff happens, but I will make sure that I don't walk past her to those stairs ever again if she's tied up. But anyway, that's what happened. I do have the MRI results back. I'm not a doctor, but it said I tore 6 separate things, and there's chunks of stuff loose and floating in my knee, and there's another 2 things that are possibly torn, and I'm thinking surgery because there's like debris in my knee. But and fun fact, the bone marrow and all the bones around my knee are swollen too, which I didn't even know could happen. But yeah, I don't know for sure yet because my appointment with the orthopedic doctor to discuss whether I need surgery is in half an hour. So that's the quick update on the knee. Let's go look at the art therapy stuff that I got, because I have a feeling I'm gonna need it. And then I'll pop back in when I get back from the doctor to tell you what he said. I ordered myself a little cheer up thing. These are the things that I ordered. I don't know if they're good or not. I thought we could take a look through them and see. I'll have everything linked below. It might take me a while to decide if they're good. But for those of you who have followed me this year, this has been a hard year. It's been a rough year. And I'm sure you've all heard by now. I'm sure I probably already talked about it in this video because I started filming on Monday, but I fell down the stairs last week. And my knee is pretty hurt. I'm hoping it's not as bad as it looks, but it looks pretty bad. So, I thought I would open this. So this first thing says stress relief and self-care cards. 52 easy and effective exercise to learn how to stop your stress reaction. So it sounds like it's right up my alley. This was on early Prime Day deal. I think it was like $8 for this set. So a thank you. Work-life balance. Remove the rush. Calming the critical voice. Laugh. Coffee or tea ceremony. That one looks interesting. Easy breath. Setting up a great day. I already make my bed every morning. So we'll have to maybe worry exercise. Some of these look interesting. Some of them look kind of not. A lot of this is kind of common sense mindfulness stuff that I already do. If you're a very beginner with that, this might be maybe a better thing. But I will take my time and look through it a little bit more before I decide. Again, that was only $8, so it wasn't a super lot to spend. These two, however, were more, so I really hope I'm not disappointed in these. Okay. Guided Art Therapy Card Deck. Boost self-esteem and reduce anxiety and stress. 75 unique activities with a full color reference photo of the completed creation. Benefits, supply list, instructions, and estimated time commitments. So there's a little booklet. Activities by topic. Mixed media. Writing, collage, photography and digital art, sculpture, drawing, painting. So I probably won't use the sculpture ones too much. But it looks very interesting. All right. Let's take a look at this. So they're color coded, it said. Red is painting, orange is drawing, yellow is writing, light green is collage, dark green is photography and digital art, dark blue is sculpture, and light blue is mixed media. Ooh, this one looks good already. This is an art journaling activity I'd like to do. Yeah, these look much better. I'm much more impressed with this. Okay, so I'm feeling much more impressed with these. Let's skip through the painting. And this is, I think orange was drawing. Yep, it says right on there. Drawing. Okay, I'm much more impressed with these. I highly recommend these. These are definitely going to be helpful for the next. Okay, I'm really excited for these. Really excited with these. All right. I even like the writing, so I would like to write. I don't know about the sculpture. Collage. Oh, this is such a cool idea. My retreat. It says you need to get a little box and make a miniature retreat for yourself. Consider what you'd like to include, any favorite items that make you feel good. Glue the collage images to a box. Use a paintbrush to seal them using decoupage medium. When dry, place your special items inside the box. That is such a neat idea. I like it. Okay. I'm really happy with these. I was worried because they weren't super cheap. So sculpture, just to take a look. Making a superhero from clay. Okay. All right, this is going to be fun. What about mixed media? This is going to be fun. I'm really glad I got these. These look super good. Super good. Maybe if anybody is interested over on Patreon, we could work through some of these this winter. Maybe one a month or something. Because it does say it can be used for group sessions. So I don't see why they wouldn't mind if we used it for Patreon. And then this is Effective Techniques to Manage Anxiety, Depression, and PTSD by Leah Guzman. Supplies. Healthy Healing Place. Breathing Through the Lines. Okay, I'm enjoying this already too. I think this is going to be great for art journaling. Okay, so this is good and this is good. These two I'm really going to enjoy, I think. You will definitely be seeing me use these over the next few months and throughout the winter. All right, on to the next thing. Okay, well, I'm back from the doctor and it didn't go great. they took some fluid out of my knee and gave me a cortisone shot and said that it probably is going to have to be surgery. They said there's a very small chance that it might scar up and become stable, and I can't have surgery until it, but I tore 3 tendons and my meniscus and dislocated my kneecap. So, we'll see, I guess. That's the update. That's it for now. Okay, so I've got 2 pads here. My desk is a mess. One is the vellum and one is the smooth. I just wanted to take a look at these. So this is the 300 series. I've also heard, I don't know what exactly Rebecca Green paints on. Is this the 400 series? I do know there's an author, another illustrator that I follow who paints on this specific paper, which I got for pen and ink. But specifically the Strathmore Bristol 400 series. I was looking for the paperweight on this. Oddly, I don't see a paperweight. That's weird. It says 2-ply, but this says 100 pounds. Well, let's just see what we think. It might be a little bit thicker. Maybe we'll try this. But first I've got to figure out what I want to draw. Or not draw, paint. Okay, so this is actually the video for October over on Patreon if you want to check it out. I'll show you from start to finish how to start with an illustration idea on your printer paper and refine the sketch with multiple layers of tracing paper until you're happy with your final line work, and then I'll show you how to transfer it to your good paper using your light blocks and colored pencil, and then we'll do color palette picking and a little color mixing, and then the whole process of painting this little cheerful Halloween illustration. Okay, so I do have a little time lapse here for you of everything that I did. So here I am picking out some colors. I've been doing some experimenting of, instead of using bright primaries to mix, I've been using just, I mean, you still have essentially your primaries, but they're not necessarily like the bright primaries you think of from school. And it's been kind of fun to see what kind of combinations I can come up with that just for fun. So here I am. This is the Bristol 400 series paper, and I'm using these like watercolors. I started with it taped down, but I will peel it up in a minute so I can turn it. This does curl, and it's not a problem because I have a magic way of fixing it, and that will be coming up here in a little bit. I think in about 3-4 minutes I'll show you how to fix curled paper. It works for any sort of watercolor or gouache painting. I've been using it for years with no problem, and it is my secret way of fixing things. So I really liked how textured it looked when I was putting it in as like, you know, a thinner wash. I kind of wish I had left it that way. However, once I put in the cat, I realized it wasn't dark enough. So I went in and put in a thicker layer that was darker, and really I kind of wish I just had done a thinner wash that was darker because I missed the texture, and I ended up going back over it with colored pencil to add in some texture because it just looked too flat. I think I said it already, but if I didn't, these are Turner acrylic gouache paints. The nice thing about the acrylic gouache is that you don't need to worry about reactivating layers. So you can work in layers and you don't have to worry about reactivating them when you come over them with other paints. However, that's also the not nice thing about it. I know a lot of people struggle with regular gouache, but the thing I really like about regular gouache is how it can reactivate. It's almost like working with oil paints for me, as far as like smooth blending and gradients and getting, you know, really pretty color transitions like for a sunset sky or something. I actually really enjoy regular gouache. But acrylic wash is fun too, and you don't have to struggle with reactivating, because I know that can be a hard thing to get used to. But I did kind of miss it here because I wanted to do more of like a gradient on the pumpkin to make it look more glowy, and I had to work in layers, and it's taken me a long time to get the hang of layers in just regular acrylics. I've been painting in regular acrylics a lot the last, maybe 7-8 months, and I'm finally sort of starting to get the hang of the layers. But I was originally, learning oil paint. For those of you who have been here before, you've heard this story already, but I was actually in art school, art college. I was art university, and I had like 3 years done, and I was doing a double major in art history and studio art, and I was going for oil painting. And then I got really sick with Crohn's disease, although we didn't know that's what it was at that time. And I had to leave school, and I didn't get to finish my degree. So I actually have a video up here about how to do your own course of art study at home with a bunch of like book references and places you can take classes. Maybe I'll link that down below, but that's essentially what I've done since then. So I'll link that down below in case anybody is interested. And I think I'm just about to the point now here where I'm going to tell you my super secret way to fix curled paper. Okay, so this is my super secret way to fix curled watercolor paper, or in this case, Bristol paper. These still have the plastic on them. You don't need to have the plastic on them. I like these ampersand hardboards. I usually will layer the ampersand hardboards and then 2 sheets of the Fabriano Studio hot press paper, which is cheap, to absorb the moisture. I couldn't get to it today because of my knee, so I'm using copy paper, and it works fine, but I prefer the Fabriano. You layer 2 hardboards. You layer a hardboard and then the hot press, and then your painting, and then you spray the back with a thin mist of water and sort of spread it all over with your hand, and then or a paintbrush, and then you do some more of the hot press paper, and then another hardboard, and then a bunch of weight, and you leave it overnight to dry. It works every time. I've never had it fail. It works great. So I'll pop in here now the next morning and show it to you. Okay, so here we are the next morning, and we're just going to take everything off. I'm sure it dried flat. This is my go-to technique for watercolors or gouache paintings that don't dry flat. It's really simple and easy to do. And there we are, perfectly flat. Okay, so here is a little time lapse of my elk painting. I do not know where the clip where I sketched it and started it is. Maybe it was on a different SD card. I don't know. So I'm not starting from the very beginning. Sorry about that. These are also the Turner acrylic gouache. I decided after doing these 2 paintings, like I was doing them with just a peel away wax palette type thing, and I was misting them with water regularly, but these Turner acrylic gouache dry super fast. But it might also be because it's getting cold here, and like the humidity in our house is starting to drop now. I think it was running about 40% this week, so it could be from that. But I do think I either need to have one of my kids go downstairs and get my big Masterson's Stay Wet palette and bring it up, or maybe I might buy their little small
I think it's like 8.7 by 5 inch or something for up here. Because it was drying too fast, like way too fast. Like I'd mix up a color of paint and it would be dry in like 3 minutes. So that's on the to-do list for next week. This was for day 10, I think, of Arttober. I'm not sure. At this point, everything's sort of mushing together for me. I'm hoping to get more done next week, and I also am planning to, I really like my prompt list this year. So even if I don't finish it all in October, I'm planning to do a lot of it this fall and winter. Especially if I end up having to have surgery, I'll just sit in my chair and work through my prompt list and get it all done. So stay tuned to my channel if you want to see the rest of the prompts. But I am hoping to get more done this week, although I'm feeling really excited about my illustration portfolio and doing a lot of work on that, so we'll see what happens. I think I have a quick swatching video to pop in now.
Okay, so the sun is coming in, and I probably, well, I can't pull the curtains because of my leg. But I have been working on an illustration project that I am planning to do, and I know I'm gonna need to do some grayscale. So I got these in my last art haul. I think it was probably the illustration haul part 2, and I'm going to swatch these real quick. I have been filming bits and pieces. I have no idea. It's Wednesday, and I don't know if I have enough stuff to put together a video or not. And I know I should. But everything is off for me right now. I'll find out next week. I have the MRI on my knee. I'll find out if I need surgery or not. I am hopeful I won't. But I think if I get away with this without having surgery, it's kind of going to be a miracle. And that seemed to be the general consensus of the orthopedic doctor when I saw them last week. So they said it was possible, but not super likely. So, you know what? I'm going to redo these down a little bit because there's some ghosting from whatever's on the other side of this. The Posca pens. So, I've been thinking about, I've said before on here that I do better when I have a project. And I'm really planning to work hard on my illustration portfolio and start submitting it. And I've got a couple books that I'm working on, personal projects, and then I want to do Folktale Week this year as well. I'll put the info for the Folktale Week down below, because I think they're releasing the prompt list on October 18th. And as I'm filming this, it is October 9th. So I'll put that down below. Whoops, I almost put the wrong thing. I do know if you're interested in writing a children's book at all, that a lot of publishers and agents will peruse through the Folktale Week. So if you're at all interested in publishing a book, that's a place to be. So like I said, I'll put that down below in case you're interested. And I'm going to move forward as if I won't have a surgery that interrupts it, but we'll see. It's funny how stuff like that can change your life in an instant. Like, it was a perfectly normal day. I was making meatloaf and mashed potatoes. I have been up and down my stairs a billion times. I went to take the potato peelings out to the compost, and the dog was laying at the top of the stairs, and I knew I was going down, and I tried to catch myself and I just couldn't. And then I got to the bottom and I knew it was bad. But anyway, like I said, I'm trying to stay upbeat. I'm kind of hoping to do some art journaling either today or tomorrow. It's my birthday week. I'm not going to say exactly which day. It's my birthday week. I don't think we're going to do anything for it because I can't really move around or get out of the house. But I do think I'm going to make myself a triple chocolate cheesecake at some point to cheer myself up, because you can't go wrong with triple chocolate cheesecake. So, yeah, that's my plan. I forgot what I was saying now. I have no clue. I also, I don't know if I'll get to it this week, but I'm sure you probably saw this in an earlier video. I got this a while back. I actually was keeping it downstairs. I had to have one of my kids go and get it for me because I can't get down in the basement. And then there's the white. The reason I haven't used this yet is because I really need I like to mix my own colors. I really need a magenta. So I did order this week a bottle like this size of the quinacridone magenta, and then also I like a burnt sienna and a raw umber for a basic palette. 2 of the 3 I think are coming today. It looks like the magenta probably won't come until this weekend, so maybe you'll see this in the next mishmash art vlog chatty video. But if by some chance it comes early, we might be playing with these later this week too. Right, I'm going to pre-film the ending because I keep forgetting to film it. So here's the ending. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you want to check out my Patreon, like I said, that'll be linked down below. You can go vote in those polls. Otherwise, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and comment. That's not a button. Hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, leave a comment. All of those are no-cost ways that you can help support my channel and help me keep making videos like this for you guys. I hope you're having a nice fall. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you get to create something this week. And until next time, happy creating.